And Caitlin Clark in the first half against UConn, their last game, very different in the second half. Same here in the third quarter, 6 points, all of them from the free throw line for Clark, who has 30 points tonight. Second time this season she's hit it. But NC State has done a good job defensively as Caitlin gets her first field goal make of the second half to start the fourth quarter. Pam Ward and Stephanie White joining you from Iowa City, where the fans time and time again have been trying to get their team to clamp down on defense.
Each time this league gets inside of 10, this crowd comes alive, and NC State has had the answer.
Johnson guarded by Marshall. Good perimeter defender for Iowa. Shot clock really skinny. The extra pass. Rivers, what a game! Sanaya Rivers is crushing her previous career high in points, which had been only 9. She has doubled that. Clark's first 3 of the second half. Can't keep trading baskets, right?
No, you cannot. You've got to find ways to get defensive stops if you're the Hawkeyes.
JBT in the lane. The fans wanted a 3-second call. Instead, they got a miss. Clark from the logo. Nailed it! Caitlin Clark with her signature move, but they can't stop Johnson on the other end.
Well, you better be careful. There might be another one coming right here.
Here she goes.
You can see it when she's got the ball in her hands and the look in her eye. Run up, rhythm 3.
Six-point game. Johnson with back-to-back buckets after Clark hit a 3. Another one from the logo. That one ticked off. This place was going to go crazy if it went in. But here's a couple of big shots.
Well, you could see and you could sense that she was starting to feel it again. And right here, the rhythm dribble. You can always tell the logo 3 and then in transition again. She gets it out of that left hand and it's money.
Caitlin Clark, over 40 points tonight. 41 to be exact. Oh, and a blocking foul now called on Clark. Her second.
Well, Sanaya Rivers has been terrific here tonight, and here just aggressive, and you can see getting the foul with the knee, Caitlin Clark.
Well, the replay, you could see that she extended that left leg out just enough to get the call.
And credit Sanaya Rivers for the angle that she took to create that contact.
Brown Turner around Kate Martin, too strong, but River Baldwin cleans up over Sonano.
River Baldwin had 7 offensive rebounds against West Virginia in the Cancun Challenge and gets a big one right there.
Too much contact on Sonano that time. Another foul on Baldwin. That is her 4th. So she goes out and Camille Hobby comes back in. Hobby has done a good job on Sonano. And Camille is playing with 2 personal fouls. Clark picked up her dribble, tried to get it into Warnock, who couldn't handle it. Rivers, Hobby, taken away by Warnock. Clark asking for the ball, but Gabby Marshall bringing it up. Clark now directing traffic, guarded by Rivers. Sonano wants it, and they're going to get Hobby for the hold. That's 3 on her. that was.
It looked like he blew the whistle to give Westmore a warning.
But it wiped out a basket.
Sure did.
Marshall passed up the three. Martin, finally, her turn to score, coming off the career-high 20 against UConn. Johnson, answer every time.
I don't think you can go underneath that double screen with Diamond Johnson. She lives for these moments, as does Caitlin Clark on the other end.
Caitlin Clark with 43, 3 off her career high. Had 46 in a game at Michigan last year. Marshall just committed a foul for Iowa. Iowa just is not getting enough stops on defense. Caitlin with 43. Most by a Division I player so far this year. Just 3 off her career high. But once again, Diamond Johnson breaks a lot of Hawkeye hearts.
And Pam, again, the game management by Diamond Johnson. They needed her early, and she scored. Then she got everybody else involved. And now in this moment, she is embracing that role. And she is knocking down big shot after big shot.
And literally answering. Every time Iowa gets a big shot, they got to within 4. NC State has come down and taken the momentum right back. 3 on Marshall. Every time Iowa gets close, the Wolfpack have an answer. 8-point lead, just under 5.5 minutes left to go. Madison Hayes back in for the Pack. Hobby, little spin move. Hello, Camille Hobby. Ten-point advantage. Warnock. 3 ball. Boyd, mismatch there with Sonano. Shot clock into single digits. Boyd gets it back. Tough shot.
Yes, it was. A hand in the face.
Clark gets it over to Warnock. Sonano continuing to have a long night, but that's King of Beauty. Kate Martin with the finish.
Oh my goodness, that pass just when it didn't look like there was any daylight.
Star that assist for Warnock. Inside 4 to go. Diamond Johnson driving on Davis and drawing the foul.
Diamond Johnson is from Philadelphia, and she has been the answer for the Wolfpack. You can't go underneath her. She's going to knock that down. You like that, Pam?
I got that little Iverson, Iverson action.
And then the back door, Kate Martin. And Caitlin Clark is like, come on, let's go. We need you. We're seeing a pretty special performance from Caitlin Clark. 43 right now. She was cold for a little while in the third quarter and then started heating up. And that's the highlight reel right there. The logo threes, 3 in transition from long distance. But the Wolfpack have had answers every single time. And Diamond Johnson's been special.
And this is going to be a headline grabber. Caitlin right now with 43 points, as it should. Most points so far by any woman in D1 this season. 3 off her career high. But you have to give credit to this NC State offense. Since the second quarter began, they're shooting 66% from the floor. 66, and they have answered. Every time Caitlin comes down and hits a big shot or someone else for the Hawks, Westmore's team answers. Every time.
And they're spreading the wealth. They got 28 points from the bench. Everybody's getting involved.
And you mentioned Diamond Johnson. She now has 20 points for the game. That is a new season high.
And she's had the ball in her hands at crunch time whenever they needed an answer, and she's made the right play.
Clark's got 45 now, but they got to play some defense. Johnson. Didn't work the first time for Boyd, but she followed her own shot. Warnock dribbling into the teeth of the defense and draws a foul. Boyd just picked up her third.
There's Caitlin Clark going to the rim. Iowa's done a good job of getting to the foul line, of attacking the paint, but again, you go back to NC State and just their ability to have an answer. And I go back to Diamond Johnson and her decision-making during this time. She was playing up top in the two-man game. She's taken over scoring when she has needed to, and she has made the right pass at the right time.
1 out of 2 for Warnock. Diamond Johnson, when we talked to Coach Wes Moore about her now as a starter, her assist to turnovers coming into this game were ridiculous. Just 29 assists and 9 turnovers coming into this game. But wondered, and not wondered, knew she certainly had the ability, Rivers with the miss, but getting other people involved, and she's done it. I'm sure he's going to be pleased that she's done that tonight. Warnock can't finish.
It's a missed opportunity right there for Iowa in transition. And now you've got to be able to string together back-to-back stops. They've had a hard time stringing together one stop, let alone multiple in a row.
Hobby over Sonano. Clark on the run. Got that look in her eye. Tried to get it into Sonano, but it hit the back of Rivers' leg and has been ruled a kick. 19 points for her, 5 assists. Caitlin. That would have been a new career high had that shot gone in. "45 of their 77 points from Caitlin Clark. Inside 2 minutes, Johnson, Boyd, another big offensive rebound.
Got to finish plays on the defensive end, and Jada Boyd is one of those players that always seems to come up with those big O boards.
Marshall tried to force the turnover. Johnson, short, rebound, Johnson, follows it, got it! Diamond Johnson with what is the dagger. Iowa less than a minute and a half away from its 3rd loss of the season. This is a team that came into the season ranked number 4 in the preseason poll by the Associated Press, highest since 1994, back in the Vivian Stringer era. Martin has been off all night. Boyd just wanted it more. They wanted a tie-up, probably should have gotten it, right?
Yeah. But you got to give NC State a ton of credit right here. I mean, what they've been able to do in terms of their execution on the defensive end and offensively as well. The concern for Iowa has been the defensive end of the floor.
Yeah.
Can you get stops when you need to? When you're playing a team that is scoring at the rate that you're scoring, can you come up with those stops? And tonight, NC State has executed better on both ends.
Rivers heads to the line. And this is a tough place to play. Great crowd. In fact, the crowd tonight, 8,250, their biggest crowd of the season. They're expecting over 10,000 Wednesday, a sellout. Little team from Ames is coming to town. Iowa State, Iowa. This place is going to go crazy. Hometown girl, Ashley Jones, Iowa City native, the star for Iowa State. And I mean, it's always a great rivalry anyway.
Yes, it is.
This year, it's going to be insane. This is the last year for Jones, who did come back to use her final year of eligibility for the Cyclones. Minute to go. Nice move by Warnock to get back to the line, but Iowa is about to fall for the 2nd straight game. Losing to UConn in Portland, and now NC State. They go to Wisconsin for their next game. NC State goes to Georgia. which is a really interesting matchup, but Diamond Johnson with 22, Sanaya Rivers with a career-high 20, shooting 55% for the game, and almost 70% again since the end of the first quarter. Very impressive for the Pack.
Sanaya Rivers has been special today, and the leadership of Diamond Johnson has been terrific. And she's a quiet leader. He said she's not real vocal. She leads by example, but she has been more vocal here tonight.
And it is a rarity, a quiet Philadelphia basketball, a quiet Philly kid, right? Lets her game do the talking. She has been terrific.
A lot of great point guards coming from Philadelphia.
A little bit. Dawn Staley was pretty good.
Yeah, she was all right.
Since then, they have been terrific. Clark gets another bucket. She'll have a new career high. That one ticks off the glass. Warnock chases her down to get the foul, but not enough time left. Monica Sinano, a very quiet game, 5 points only. We'll hear from the studio shortly. Is on this Thursday night, the 1st of December.
It's hard to believe, right? It's going fast.
Santa's coming in 3 weeks.
That is right.
Rivers playing to the last whistle. What a pickup. South Carolina transfer. Last time NC State beat a road team in the top 10, Indiana last year in the ACC Big Ten Challenge.
That's right.
Dangerous team. NC State just one loss on the season. Again, that was to UConn, convincingly losing on the road, 91-69. This will be Iowa's 3rd loss, losing at Kansas State, to UConn in Portland, and now to NC State at home. The clock has underperformed tonight. Very disappointed.
That is accurate.
The clock. Gabby Marshall misses. Warnock stopped by Camille Hobby. Camille Hobby's had a game.
She's had a great game. Defensively, she has been outstanding. Double-figure score for NC State.
Good defense on Sinano as well. She and River Baldwin combining to frustrate Sinano. 2nd straight game now that Sinano has had subpar numbers. You know, Leah Edwards, you referenced that earlier. Leah Edwards is going to be fantastic. She's already really good for UConn, and 2nd game in a row now that Sinano has put up un-Sinano-like numbers.
Well, the level of physicality on the interior and the combination of Camille Hobby and River Baldwin, you know, it can wear on you. Right? It can wear on you, and you mentioned it just being uncharacteristic, and the Hawkeyes are going to have to find a way to get her back on track.
The NC State Wolfpack going to go to 9-1 on the season. The Hawks drop to 5-3. Caitlin Clark, 45 points. Just one off her career high, but not enough. NC State shredding this Iowa defense with 94 points. They take it 94-81. Rivers and Johnson each with 22 points. Caitlin Clark, always worth coming to see. 45 points. She'd rather get the win, but instead